All right, all right. Look, we're going to get on the air. We had a little mishap this morning. I dropped my papers and they flew all over the city. All right, but that's all right. I don't need no notes. I'll come at you hard off the cuff. But I got some of my notes together, so we ready to get them ready. Nsoromma setting us up. Let me pass my phone over to him. All right, all right. Crazy, crazy. All right. Hey, you ain't on here. I'm not. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nsoromma getting us together. We're ready to get it on. Right.
Those of us that indulge in or commit intellectual violence don't do so for the pleasure of mental masturbation or ego diddling. We do so because the chains of oppression on our people's minds are deep and difficult to remove.
Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm Patrice Gibbs, your third eye optometrist, here to open you up. That's right. Joined by my partner in consciousness, Nsoromma. Good morning, brother. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm sorry I'm so late, y'all, but we had a little mishap. I dropped my folder and my papers were flying all over the city.
Right.
Damn this thing. That's all right.
They can't stop you though, bro.
They ain't gonna stop me. You know why? Because my mission is to make sure African-centered information is profoundly established with strong foundations carrying over to the next generation.
Alright.
Yeah, you like that?
Let's go.
Look, that's actually from Brother Cyrus Seti.
Cyrus Seti.
Yes, sir. General Seti. Yes, indeed. Hell of a teacher. Let me get my disclaimer out the way while we get our ducks in a row. All right. All right.
Yaga, what's good, y'all? Brother Ford. Morning, bro. Morning. Yo, Dave, what's happening? Hey, yo, we just getting popping, you know what I'm saying? Pat dropped his folder. Yo, everywhere, papers everywhere. He tasted up and shit. He is sweating like, yo, you should have seen it. Yo, it's all good, though. We still here. We still gonna do it, though.
Yes,
You
right.
dig? For real. Yeah.
WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open
Gotta bring
Eye.
y'all a little closer, too. Let's see. Y'all look a little too far back.
Get us in there.
Me say, Yaga.
All right. Yaga. All right, got disclaimer out the way. And as we always do, start you off with a little history.
Right.
All right. Most people that know me know that when I was a kid, I was quite the baseball fan. All right. I wanted to be Riley Fingers. He was a pitcher. I wanted to be a pitcher. Riley Fingers. And then I wanted to be Vita Blue.
Right.
He's on the Oakland A's. And then I found out about this cat, Satchel Paige.
Okay.
Look, Negro League's history is filled with incredible stars because of the cruel discrimination of their time that never got to shine as bright as they should have.
Right.
The great Satchel Paige certainly fits that description. But his golden right arm and outsized personality helped him break past the Negro League boundaries and into national consciousness. Perhaps more than any other African-American ball player before Jackie Robinson. Black or white, there was a time when nearly every American baseball fan knew the name Satchel Paige.
Right.
Yeah. We might never know how many games Paige won, though some speculation the total was well into 4 digits. That means he probably won over 1,000 games as a pitcher.
Right.
We'll never know how hard he threw, though many who saw Paige said no one, not even Walter Johnson or Bob Feller, threw harder. We might not even know Paige's actual birth date, okay? But the fuzzy details that surround the lanky right-hander from Mobile, Alabama,
right,
only serve to enhance his legend. Paige's staggering talent, both as a pitcher and a storyteller, made him a folk hero for the 20th century. Here's some key points that we do know about Paige. First of all, about his fastball. Okay. And this is a movie called Bingo Long, Traveling All-Stars and Motorcanes, produced by
all the Black Stars.
All the Black Stars, about the Negro League barnstormers. And the character played by Billy D. Williams, I can't remember the name, was based on Satchel Paige.
Oh, okay.
And here's a quote that Billy D. Williams used in the movie that was from Satchel Paige about his fastball. He said his fastball is so fast that it tends to disappear when approaching the plate.
Wow.
Damn, that's throwing the ball, baby. That's word.
And back then, they ain't had them speed counters and stuff like that. You know, that's how fast his fastball is. Like the radars for his fastball.
Yeah. You know, and Satchel Paige, of course, you know, he entered the major leagues, the mainstream white leagues, after Jackie Robinson. He became the oldest rookie in the major leagues. All right. I forget exactly what year. It's probably in my notes, but like I said, you know, my notes is all screwed up, so don't worry about that. But I will tell you this. Satchel Paige entered the Hall of Fame in 1971. He probably should have been there a hell of a lot sooner. We don't know how old Satchel Paige was when he was in his 40s or something, when he entered the National League in his 40s, and still was one of the hottest top pitchers in there. Wow. Here's a couple of quotes from Satchel. He said, I got bloopers, loopers, and droopers. I got a jump ball, a b-ball, a screwball, a wobbly ball, a whistly dipsy do, a hurry up ball, a nothing ball, and a bat dodger, and you can't hit a damn one of them. Yeah. He said, age is a question of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Satchel Paige, one of the greatest pitchers, baseball players of all time. As my man and my hero. All right. I know by now you all heard that what is it? Netflix has this this series produced by Jada Pinkett. All right, about black queens in Africa. Okay. Now, the next one coming up that she chose to talk about is Cleopatra. Well, of course, you know, the mayonnaise brigade, the palm-colored people, you know who I'm talking about. They got all bent out of shape, all right, including the Arabs. And don't get it mixed, y'all. Just because Arabs tan well, don't make them one us. They not us, okay? Arabs tan well, but they're still Caucasian and just as bad white supremacists as the Europeans. Don't ever forget that. So Jada Pinkett's new installment of African Queens has come under fire from Egyptians. I don't know why they call themselves Egyptians over there in Egypt, those Arabs, because they're Arabs. They're not the Nubian Egyptians. They're not Kemetic. But they're outraged over the decision to cast a black woman as Cleopatra.
She was black, though.
Was she?
I thought Cleopatra was black.
Okay, let me give you a little history.
Break me down, brother.
Yes, break it down.
Enlighten me.
Yes, indeed. Cleopatra was a Ptolemy.
A Ptolemy, what's that?
Okay. Okay, when Alexander the Greek,
Okay, Freak again?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, when he conquered Egypt, it was in 330-something BC.
Okay.
Now, when he conquered Egypt, Egypt had already declined, okay? Egypt was nowhere near its glory as the great Kemetic empire that it once was.
Okay.
Okay, through corruption, weak kings, and this, that, and the other, Egypt was already in decline. It was well into decline. Okay. So Alexander the Greek came into Egypt and he conquered Egypt. Okay. Now, when he left Egypt, now let me tell you, before I tell you about when he left Egypt, he went south to the border of Libya, where Queen Candace was. And she told him, yeah, bring your ass over here. Boo! Yeah, okay, come on. Right? Alexander said, you know what? My men are tired. I think we need to go back to the northern part of Egypt and leave these people alone. Yeah, you bet you did. Because you was getting ready to get your ass kicked by a woman, an army led by a woman. She was no joke. Okay? Hey. So when Alexander left Egypt, he left his general Ptolemy in Egypt. Okay? And Ptolemy ruled what was called Lower Egypt, Lower and Upper Egypt, but more Lower Egypt, okay? Which is the northern part of Egypt, which is the lesser part of the kingdom, believe it or not. Because the Africans had a southern-centered perspective. And if you flip the map upside down the way it's supposed to be, the south is at the top. And of course, the Europeans have a northern-centered perception, okay? All right, so after, you know, generations of the Ptolemies being there, okay, now Cleopatra may have been a mulatto. She may have been a mixed breed. Okay. Because
so that was black and something.
Black and something. Black and green.
So if you got a dot of black, she black.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
But I don't know.
Okay. And the thing is, in order to be accepted by the Egyptians, to have legitimacy on the throne, General Ptolemy and his descendants, okay, the kings that sat on the throne, in order to have legitimacy, they were trying to marry a Nubian woman. So Cleopatra may have had a Nubian mother, okay? But here's the thing, okay? We hear about Cleopatra and she's very famous, but who made her famous? Europeans made her famous, okay? Because in the greater scheme of the Kemetic history, Cleopatra was really a very, very minor character, okay? Worse than that, okay? And, you know, I know this is going to hurt some of y'all. Cleopatra slept with Mark Antony and Julius Caesar, and who the hell knows, who else?
Drinking.
Exactly. Okay. Her significance to Egypt and to our history is actually very minor. Okay. So black people, don't get all bent out of shape about Cleopatra being played by Elizabeth Taylor, a well-known Hollywood star. Okay, because it was very fitting for considering Elizabeth Taylor's promiscuity. It was probably very fitting that she played Cleopatra. All right, Cleopatra was no hero to our people. I mean, and look, if she was such a hero to African people, why was she running around with these Romans and Greeks and what have you? Because she was Greek herself, and her mindset was probably more European than African. So if these, you know, white Arabs and Europeans and what have you, and these fake historians want to get bent out of shape, which they are, about a black person playing Cleopatra, she probably looked closer to the actress that is going to play her in this documentary than she did to Cleopatra. Okay. The thing is, Cleopatra was not a significant figure in our history. This is the Open Eye, WHGE 95.3 FM. Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma in the building.
Yeah, so we got plenty more for you. Don't you worry about it. Hold on, let me get some show music up here. Boom, bam. All right. Yeah, I know that sounds like the theme song, y'all, but that's okay.
Yo.
I know some people have some
Dirty
things to
Tracy.
say.
Yo. What's up, Steve? Thickums. What's good? Macy. Hey, I see you. Dave. Good looking out, bro. Yeah. Most definitely.
What you saying?
Peace and power.
Oh, okay.
My
Peace and power.
Yeah, you know that.
We appreciate y'all so much.
Jordana.
And Tracy, I see her over there.
Tracy, yeah, Tracy in the building.
Yeah.
Sherry, what's good?
All right.
How you doing, Sherry? Thanks for tuning in, Gary.
WHGE 95.3 FM with Nsoromma and Patrice Gibbs on the air.
Yep.
Tracy said, I don't care that Andrew Lester, the man who shot 16-year-old Ralph Yarl, is 84 years old. Just like I don't care that Carolyn Bryant, the woman responsible for the death of 14-year-old Emmett Till, is 88. Lock them both up. Black children deserve justice. And of course, by now we all heard of Ralph Yarl, who was going to pick up his brothers, his twin brothers, okay, and knocked on Andrew Lester's door. And Andrew Lester looked out there and saw a black kid, a black child, and shot him twice. Once through the glass and then came out the door and shot him. Okay?
First of all, he should go to jail or be hung for the simple fact that the death penalty is what he needs.
Yes, he does. Yes,
for the simple fact that if it was something going on, a little boy wouldn't have knocked.
Right.
The little boy knocked on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that right there tells you everything.
It does.
Period. There's nothing else that comes after that. There's no explanation after that.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked on your door. You're supposed to open it or holler through it. What is it you want?
Mm-hmm.
The mic's a little loud.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and like Nsoromma said, you know. Now, here was the crazy part, and I said this, I made a short Facebook video earlier in the week, right? Because one of the things that I noticed,
right,
okay, how long it took or how the process that this young man, that this child had to go through, okay, in order to get help after he had been shot. Okay, and what I did was I told about this experiment that has been floating around the internets and what have you, where they take a room full of white people,
right,
and they put them in the middle of the room and they give them an issue. And where they fall on that issue, they go to one side of the room or the other.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So the question was, what would you rather be? A white person in a black neighborhood in need of help, or a black person in a white neighborhood in need of help? All the white people in the room went to the side where they would say, I'd rather be a white person in a black neighborhood in need of help, as opposed to being a black person in a white neighborhood in need of help. Okay. And the backlash from that was off the hook. Oh, white people were saying, oh, that's just awful because if a black person came to our neighborhood and they needed help, we would help them.
Some.
Yeah.
But the majority will turn it into something.
Right.
You know,
and that one, turn their back.
That one special person or that one person that don't feel like that, or two people, wouldn't have any voice in that at all. So that makes the neighborhood. Right. You know, if you're in that neighborhood and you're the only one in the neighborhood that has your ideology, you might as well be an outsider. Yeah. Because they talking about you too behind when they go to the meetings and you ain't there. Trust me.
Yeah. One good apple won't make the rest of the apples good to eat. Okay? That's basically that. So when Ralph Yarl was shot, he went to 3 houses before he got help. The third house he went to, they told him to lay on the ground and put his arm. The boy's bleeding from being shot twice. And they told him to lay on the ground.
Nah, but that's just the mentality that some of them have. You know, really not want to be part of, don't want to be bothered, or don't want to get involved, type of things. Stay away. And sometimes it's not even a color thing, but that particular time, It was.
It was.
You know?
It was. Most definitely. You know. I tell you, the shooter, Andrew D. Lester, okay, his grandson, his grandson, one of his grandsons in particular,
right, came
out and said, "Oh yeah, he's racist."
Oh yeah, if he's known to be racist, but that's not illegal in the eyes of the court.
Oh no, it's not illegal
because the court is racist,
right?
You know,
what is the state that he's from? Where is that? I think it's Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Wait a minute. Is Missouri? Okay. Kansas City. Yeah. So Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. All right. Missouri doesn't have a hate crime law. Okay. They don't have a hate crime law. So he wasn't charged with a hate crime. Okay.
So it will see now what get me is that can backfire on them. Once, you know, people of color start waking up and start responding and start doing things like they do, which is really a hate crime, but we don't call it hate crime. It'd still be a hate crime charge for us that applies.
Okay. Well, excuse me. I'll tell you something else, okay? And a lot of people are upset that he didn't get attempted murder charge, which would be appropriate. But the thing is, in Missouri, they don't have an attempted murder charge. They have what they call first-degree assault, which is equal to a attempted murder charge, okay? So even so being the case, you know, what his grandson said was that this old man has been doing what? Watching propaganda on Fox News almost 24/7. Okay. And we know that Fox News is the propaganda arm for white supremacy. And most people that look at Fox News are not looking to learn anything. They're looking to support the racism, bigotry, and white supremacist mindset that they already have. And Fox News give them plenty of food for that thought. Okay. And this is what the man's grandson said about him. That his grandfather is all into the conspiracy theories, you know. You know what? Let me tell you something. And this is so crazy because Trumpism is a cult. Okay. I don't know if you've seen it or not. All right. No. But I've seen Trumpsters actually praying to Trump. Oh, we're nationalistic Christians. And well, wait a minute. And Trump is a goddamn demon. Ooh, and y'all praying to him? Oh, they praying for him to save, praying to him to save America. This is how sick and messed up these people are.
I mean, brainwashing, that's serious, man.
Yeah, it is.
The government, the military specializes in brainwashing. So the government has done it to us for years. We brainwashed right now with some things that's going on.
Yes, we are.
You know, because it's all about the propaganda in the media. And the information that is being put out to us is all distorted. What about Putin? Did you see Putin when he showed the black Jesus?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
It's like America's been fooling you all this time and pulling out the real picture. I was like, okay, he trying to start. It's something else that's bigger that's unfolding that they want to keep us, the people, distracted because it's like it's getting off the hook too bad right now.
Yeah, because you know, of course, behind the scenes, the hierarchy of the black church worships black Jesus. Okay, and let me say this about black Jesus: dipping the mythology in chocolate don't make it real. WHGE 95.3 FM, the open eye, don't get that mixed up.
Yaga. Yo, dipping it in chocolate don't make it real. Yo, what's good? Hey, yo, Kenyatta, what's good? What's good? Jared D. Trump is their chosen one.
Yeah.
Trump is their chosen one. Jared, They nearly made him a god. Yo, hey, he was already a god to some people. He got $4 billion. He can change people's life in a second. Believe that. Oh, but did he? He may have. I don't know. What else? Who else? George Lee Jackson. Okay. It's dealing with, I've been patient, but where I'm concerned is patience has its time limits. Take it too far and it's cowardice. George Lee Jackson.
Okay. All right. WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma.
And the building. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Did you hear about the Oklahoma County officials caught on audio fantasizing about hanging black people?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man. I mean, this. And we supposed to respect the police system. The
politicians.
Yeah, we're supposed to respect all these politicians' decisions and believe in what they say. And they talk like that behind closed doors. And sometimes they talk like that in your face because they think you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yo, it's serious. Man.
It is, man. It's just crazy. You know, one of those, the Oklahoma governor's office has confirmed the recent resignation of McCurtain County Commissioner after he was captured allegedly engaged in racist conversations on an audio record. Now, Mark Jennings, who had a handwritten note excusing him from office, said he would be leaving the post immediately, which was not soon enough. Okay, McCurtain County Sheriff Kevin Clardy, Deputy Alicia Manning, and District 2 County Commissioner Mark Jennings. Okay, now the other two, they need to go too. Okay.
But think this, in their positions, right? They need to go back and open up all their cases that they ever were involved in.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Because them showing that automatically says that it was something fishy in all the cases that they were involved in.
You absolutely right.
If you were people that had any of these names that was involved in any of your cases, I suggest you reopen your case or reinvestigate your case, and because this is the kind of thing that goes on that really hurts the credibility of us believing in this system.
Well, you know, one of the
things all white,
that,
right?
Oh yeah. Commissioner Jennings said he would not run for sheriff unless time regressed to a former sheriff could take a damn black guy, whoop his ass, and throw him in the cell. He said he wanted society to recognize lynching as an appropriate form of punishment. Oh yeah. He said
he still has his job.
Oh no, he resigned. He didn't want to resign. But he's lamenting that the mandate to respect black people's civil rights is just out of hand in the modern area. Take them down to the Mud Creek and hang them with a damn rope. That's what he said.
And you saying don't protect yourself, don't get low heat, don't
wait
get
a minute.
no firearms.
I ain't never said that.
Thinking like that.
I ain't never said don't protect yourself. I said we need to regulate guns and make sure that crazy people
like that don't get them.
Yeah, make sure people like that don't get them. That's it. That's what we need to regulate. Okay, because he said take them down to the Mud Creek and hang them.
Mud Creek.
And he's mad that you can't do that
he did
anymore.
That before.
Oh, sure he has.
Right?
Now, and he's mad that you can't do that anymore.
He did that before.
You hear what I said?
And he can't do it no more. He mad.
He said they got more damn rights than we do. Y'all took away our right to hang N-words, and that's just awful.
That's crazy.
That's just crazy.
What is America turning into?
Yeah. Now, here's the crazy part about this situation.
Yo, that is crazy, man.
Here's what's real crazy. They're not investigating the crap that these people said. They're investigating the reporter that reported the conversation and put that out there. They're more worried about
newsy. About him being newsy.
Yeah, about him being newsy.
Listening, bug in the room or whatever. You shouldn't have did that. Yeah. You know you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors, we can talk about what we want.
And you expose us, and you need to go to jail.
But they try to take all of our privacy.
Oh yeah.
This is. They rather have the privacy to themselves and have everybody else open to the world. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's what they're more worried about. is that he told on their racist asses.
Yeah.
You know?
Good job, my man.
Yes, indeed.
Good job.
Good job.
If there's a bunch more out here, it'd be a lot of them out of them positions.
Yes,
indeed. In office. And yo, it's just crazy how they hide it when it really shows, even when they hide it. You know, we as black people can tell when it's just a God sense that it gives us, like it's like a seventh sense.
You got that right. You got that right. And look, we gonna be right back. We got something interesting for you before we get out of here. WHGE 95.3 FM.
Yeah, I got. Yo, all right, Charity. What'd you say? Should alarm all Africans because there are more of them out there who think just like him. Yeah. He ain't said nothing but what's been on his mind. He showed himself for what he is. That's right, Sherry. You know what I mean? The racist side. But I ain't, yo. There's too many more of them. I know, you know. Ask Kanye. Yo, it's crazy. And they think they can just run over us because they in these positions. So, and we really the people that put them in these positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to stand up and write letters and get them out of there and get them on tape and expose them like that too.
That's what we got to do.
We got to be recording all the time when we're talking to them. And on the phone, anywhere, because they will do something like that.
That's right. WHGE 95.3 FM, the open eyes.
Mr. Gibbs.
Yes, indeed. And Nsoromma in the house.
Yes.
Dr. Phil is a kind man. Don't get that mixed. I don't give a damn if Oprah did put him on. Ooh. Okay? And you know I ain't got a whole lot of love for Oprah anyway.
You said Oprah?
Oprah. Yeah, with her Negro-pean sorry ass. Yeah, that's
I don't like Oprah, man. You get a car. You get a car.
Yeah.
You get a car.
Because I ain't getting no damn car.
I need a tax
Everybody that got a car with some middle
I need a tax write-off. Yeah. I don't care who got the car.
You know, some middle-aged white woman. That's who's her audience is. She don't give a damn about us. So she put Dr. Phil on, and all Dr. Phil does is bring on people and expose their miscomings and this, that, and the other. He don't actually help nobody. All right. And that shows from the people that leave his show, they leave there worse than he was. What was that chick? The baby? The Meet Me Outside girl? Yeah, with her confused self. You know, white girl thinking she's black. Now she's a rapper, then darkened up her skin. He didn't do anything to help her with her confused mentality. And now it's always a 50-50. They say that before anything go down. You know it's a 50-50 chance that this will work. Okay.
But I'm going to charge you $7,000.
any damn way. Yeah. Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil, you can go to hell because Dr. Phil got on the air and said reparations would be an absolute disaster for black people.
Why would you say that?
Oh, here's his stance, okay? The reason he said that is you give whatever amount of money it is to black people. Right. Well, you come back in 6 months and they're going to be broke, okay? I don't give a damn. I don't care if they spend all the money in one day. It's our money that we got it coming. Right. Okay? And we got it coming not because slavery happened 400 years ago, and it's not just slavery. Okay? Yes, slavery ended in 1865, allegedly.
But they still been applying racism the whole time, so it's still slavery right now.
From the time of 1865 to 1965, when the civil rights bills were finally signed, right? But like my man Vaughn says, we actually didn't experience any real semblance of freedom until 1975 when I was 14 years old. Wow. And that's when and he on here talking about it would be an absolute disaster. All right. I catch a black person running up to me talking about, well, I was looking at Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil said that thus and so, and he has validity because he's like, get the hell away from me.
Yo, I was getting ready. Boo, boo, boo,
Yeah.
boo.
You know? Oh, yeah. He found himself on the bad side of fans, you know, since he don't want African Americans.
Who? See, these are the type of people that think like that. It's your money.
That's right.
And you were supposed to be paid years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now that is in the millions of dollars, you don't know, or you're not going to be responsible with this money.
Yeah.
And that's their mentality. How you gonna tell a person how they gonna be with their money? It's whatever they want to do with it. I mean, you got the right to choose God. You got the right to spend your money any kind of way. You can choose God or the devil. Mm-hmm. So I know you can spend your money or save it. It's your choice.
It's your choice.
You know, that's crazy,
yes,
man.
It is. It's absolutely
and
crazy.
When you got a person that's seeing 32 or 40 million viewers that's watching them, and that's why he got the feedback. Every viewer that's seen him was like, what are you talking about?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's right. Now, as far
he
as
refuse it or nothing, he didn't. He's trying to still explain it. Huh?
Oh yeah. That's what they do. Right. That's what they do. And it's called white-splaining. He tried to white-splain. That's what he tried to do. Okay. Now let me tell you something. All right, and I got this from Dr. Ritchie.
That's in the slang scenario. Say it again.
It should be.
I got
white-splaining. Put that in there. All right. There's a substantial history of the United States government providing financial assets to white citizens when it did not provide similar assets to black citizens. The U.S. government gave 1.5 million white families. Okay, so, you know, they gave affirmative action to whites from the beginning.
I mean, and then you wonder why white people's always doing a little bit better than blacks, because it's designed for them to be doing a little bit better than blacks. I said,
the U.S. government gave 1.5 million white families in the United States 160-acre land grants in the Western Territories under the Homestead Act of 1860. That was a transfer. Huh?
They stole that land from them.
Yeah, that they stole from the Native Americans, right? That was a transfer, and that, like you said, they stole it. That was a transfer of land that resulted in a situation in which 45 million living white Americans are continuing to be beneficiaries of those land patents.
That's where the $5 Indian came in, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can pay $5 to be an Indian and go get that land that he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh no, this is where
this is where
the $5 Indian came in. All right. Maybe I don't have that one. Okay. But the United States honoring some treaties, so-called honoring some treaties, gave some lands to Native Americans. Okay. But what they did was they fixed it up so that the Native Americans were called red men and blacks were called colored or Negro, and they couldn't qualify, even though some of our people, were actually in this land before the Europeans, even though we're not indigenous, we're from Africa, but we had land that was stolen along with the land of the Native Americans.
You mean pro-Africa? What you mean by that?
Hmm?
You said even though we're not indigenous, we're pro-Africa.
No, I said we're from Africa. Okay. All right. Now, here's the thing about reparations. They always cry, well, no, we don't have the money. It would cost too much. But you pulled, look, you were able to give reparations to the slave owners. Because when Abraham Lincoln signed the bill emancipating enslaved people in D.C., he gave up the $300 to each loyal unionist, meaning white people that stayed with the union and went ahead and let their slaves go. He gave them reparations up to $300.
Each slave.
For each slave.
And you got 5,000 slaves.
Right. Oh, you don't have the money. But in 1992, the U.S. government dispersed more than $1.6 billion, which would be like $3.6 billion today, in reparations to 82,000 Japanese Americans who had been incarcerated and put in camps during World War II. So you came up with the money for that. And what's more, you came up with trillions of dollars for the Ukraine. Trillions of dollars for the Ukraine. But you ain't got no money. Okay?
And the thing with that, right, is I can see a behind the scenes thing with what they doing about this money, because you know their money is fake and it's not backed by anything.
Right.
So long as they can press up some money and put you in debt with us, we'll have some money. We'll have some credit.
Yeah, you owe us.
Yeah, you owe us. We'll have some credit because we don't really have anything. Right. For real. Right. We're making it up out of nothing.
Right. But the money is backed by something.
You say the military all the time.
That's right.
But the China military is bigger than ours now.
No, it's not. We still got the most powerful military. They might got more people.
It's on the records now, bruh.
Yeah,
Russia and China is leading in military forces right now.
They might be leading in number of personnel, but they're not leading in the level of power and the level of weapons.
And Hiroshima.
Yeah. America still kick your ass. But here's the thing about that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. What? And it might go the way you say it, because war is a racket.
Okay, it's money.
Yeah. It's possibly, this is from Major General Smedley D. Butler. You heard me talk about him before. He's a 2-time winner of the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Okay.
He said it's possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. A racket is best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to be to the majority of people. Only a small inside group knows what is really going on. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. Out of war, a few people make huge profits. Okay. Back in 1935, retired United States Marine Corps Major General. All right. He bust you out and explained that war is a racket. Okay. Eisenhower said in his warning about the military-industrial complex, in the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
Right.
Let me tell you this.
What?
Okay. The government gets audited. They have inside auditors that audit.
Okay.
Okay. At the 1,600 auditors combed through the Department of Defense's $3.5 trillion in assets.
Right.
And $3.7 trillion in liabilities, officials found that the department could not account for 61%. The Defense Department could not account for 61% of its assets. I give you $1 billion. This is how Jon Stewart called them out. This is corruption. Okay? Federal law since the early 1990s requires mandatory audits for all government agencies. And since fiscal year 2013, all of them, except the Department of Defense, have been able to satisfy that requirement. You can't account for 61% of your assets. But I see generals living like potentates. Okay? I see generals I see politicians who support the military-industrial complex leave office, and where they get a job?
In the military complex.
And with the military contract.
Right.
Okay.
They put them in effect when they're in position, and they give them contracts. So that's part of their contract. When I leave, I'm coming to you, and we're gonna finish doing this here.
And we're gonna get this money.
And that's how it go. And what I was saying when you were saying war is about money, we got the most vicious war
machine?
Nah, the
mentality?
Money maker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. DuPont's made the gunpowder.
Oh, yeah.
And they supplied both sides for the war. Now, how much money do you think they was making?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Billions of dollars.
And they still here to this day. Yeah. Still doing
Still spending their money.
That's right.
Still spending their money.
Money they made from them war transactions with the gunpowder.
And not just DuPont, Ford. Yeah, it's a whole lot of these.
But I was saying next to us,
corporations.
DuPont is next to us down the street.
Right here.
We see them. You know what I'm saying? We was watching them blow up some side of the mountains with the stuff back in the day.
That's right.
Clearing out Acapulco rocks. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's right. Now, you've heard me. We ready to get out of here, so this is going to be my rant. Okay, and you know, you may have heard this before, but you learn by repetition. Okay. So you mean to tell me that someone down in your ancestry line survived being chained to other human beings for several months in the bottom of a disease-infested ship during the Middle Passage, lost their language, customs, and traditions, picked up the English language as best they could while working free of charge from sunup to sundown as they watched babies sold from out of their arms and women raped by ruthless slave owners? They took names with no last names, no birth certificates, no heritage of any kind, braved the Underground Railroad, survived the Civil War, the internet, and the sharecropping. They learned to read and write out of sheer will and determination, placed the burning crosses of the KKK, averted their eyes at the black bodies swinging from ropes hung on trees, fought in world wars as soldiers to return to America as boys, marched in Birmingham, hosed in Selma, jailed in Wilmington, North Carolina, and Delaware, assassinated in Memphis, segregated in the South, ghettoed in the North, ignored in history books, stereotyped in Hollywood. And in spite of it all, someone in your family line endured every era to make sure you would get here and you receive one rejection, face one obstacle, lose one friend, get overlooked, and you want to quit? How dare you entertain the very thought of quitting? People you will never know survive from generation to generation so you could succeed. Don't you dare let them down.
Never give up.
That's right. As we always tell you, destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you and don't treat those as a priority
who treat you as an option.
This is The Open Eye. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma in the building.
WHGE 95.3 FM. Oh, where is it?
Yo! Wagwan! That's right. Hey, yo. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tracy, yo, Jerdy, yo, Shay, Thickums, Missy, Dave. Hey, yo, look. I can't shout everybody, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for tuning in, excited. Yo, Pat, you know,
yes, you guys like Nsoromma said, thank you everyone for joining us. Sorry we was late and I got my pictures mixed up. But hey, I think we did a good show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And as I always tell you, global African supremacy, because the world was a much better place when black people ran it. Peace. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.